Yo, what's going on, guys? I think I'm finally over my head cold and I'm ready to make another video laughing at 45-year-old men who argue over plastic boxes on the internet. Now, the fanboy that we're going to be talking about today is a fanboy I've already covered here on the channel because he said that parents who bought their child a Series S were failures as parents. Think of this as a sequel to that video, if anything. If you want to go watch the first video, I'll put it up on the screen now. It's not really necessary, but it's there if you want to watch it. However, since making the video on this guy about a month ago, he has been tweeting non-stop about his hatred for Xbox, even going as far as to say Xbox is scum on his shoe. So what I thought we could do today is look at his tweets during the past month and just laugh at them. So Sega made a tweet saying, "Enjoying Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth? What's your platform of choice?" And 3 copies of the game, one on Xbox and one on the PS4, one on the PS5, with a little Sonic toy next to it. Today's fanboy took the opportunity to respond to this tweet, but he surprisingly did not respond with his platform of choice. Instead, he responded with this: "I can't wait till these games stop coming to Xbox again. Sega games should never be available on Xbox. You aren't a real fan of this franchise if you play on Xbox." Oh shit, watch out bro, we got the Sega samurai over here telling people who and who isn't a fan of the franchise. I love how console fanboys have this special talent of finding any innocent tweet and just using it for their stupid console wars. Sega just simply asked what platform people were playing their new game on, and this guy immediately jumps to Xbox versus PlayStation bullshit. And how is somebody not a fan of the franchise because they choose to play on a $500 piece of green plastic instead of a $500 piece of blue plastic? If your first #Persona or #Yakuza experience was via Game Pass, I'm going to need you to never talk about or play either series again. Welfare Pass, bandwagon, fake fans, and freeloaders aren't welcome here. Xbox does not deserve these games." And an image below saying Japan hates Xbox. Who are you to tell people who can and cannot talk about these games? Are you a developer for these games? Do you own a large portion of a company for these games? Who the fuck are you to tell people who can and can't talk about them? I also find it funny that you call the Game Pass owners who play the game freeloaders. You realize they still have to pay for Game Pass to play the games, right? Also, just wait until this guy discovers how some PC players get their hands on certain games. This guy would have a fit. Zuby Tech tweets out US market physical game sales 2023 sales split per platform. Switch 51%, PlayStation 40%, Xbox 9%. Okay, so interesting. People on Xbox seem to prefer to play digital games as opposed to physical games. No hardcore gamers or physical collectors will ever support Xbox. Physical hates Xbox. You say that people who play games physically would never support Xbox, but I mean, it says right there that 9% of people buying games on the Xbox are buying physical copies. Sure, there aren't as many digital collectors as there is on PlayStation, but there still is a decent amount of them. I also like how because of this you say no hardcore gamer would ever support Xbox. You do realize most hardcore/competitive gamers play on PC. You know, PC where 99.9% of all games are digital. Breaking: at Limited Drun Games is dropping their short-lived Xbox support. Not even games like Persona 3/4 managed to sell enough to justify future Xbox ports. Persona fans hate Xbox. At Sega, pull all Persona games from Xbox. Persona 6 needs to skip Xbox. I mean, think about it from a business standpoint though. Why would they spend time developing a Persona port for Xbox if Persona games don't sell on Xbox? It doesn't mean that Persona fans hate Xbox, it simply means that Xbox players do not seem to be interested in Persona games.
Oh no! Anyway, last week...
Alright, so a little while ago, Microsoft laid off a lot of employees unexpectedly. Honestly, it was a pretty shitty move. I feel like you should have warned the people, maybe give them a month notice. Hey, we're gonna be letting you guys go in a month. We're giving you a heads up now. At least, give them a heads up before just firing them on the spot. This ex-employee put a tweet here sharing his experience. "Unfortunately, a third of my team was let go today, including myself. I feel absolutely terrible for the others. One just signed a lease. Another just got married, another just moved here for the job and was here barely a month, and so on. I wish I could fix this for them. God damn you, Xbox P3, you absolute prick. These are people's lives you gambled with. Xbox must divest Activision Blizzard. There is no other way. The entire world hates Xbox, and we will never welcome Xbox or Microsoft in the gaming industry. Xbox is scum on my shoe. Two very important things I want to mention here. First of all, when PlayStation/Sony did a very similar thing, this guy said absolutely nothing about it. Surprise, surprise. Because it's only okay when the blue company does something shitty like this instead of when the green company does it. The second point I'd like to make here is the fact that he's pretending to be upset about people losing their jobs and, going poor. But, he spends all day on Twitter making fun of people on welfare and saying that they're Game Pass users. It's kinda ironic. Speaking of him making fun of people on welfare, shitbox fanboys. So what if Xbox is dead in the Japanese market and Japanese retailers refuse to stock Xbox games? Welfare Pass is growing in Japan. Me, an actual Japanese resident. Find the Welfare Pass cards then. No one in Japan even knows what Game Pass is, you idiots. Laughing emoji. And he attaches an image below with a bunch of cards and, of course, no Game Pass cards being there. Knowing this guy and the amount of bullshit he gets up to, he probably took the Game Pass cards and hid them behind another set of cards. Or, considering that this guy tweets about Xbox all day and is clearly obsessed with Xbox, maybe he bought all the Xbox Game Pass cards so he could go home and wax his carrot to them. Xbox is for fat American fake gamers. The world, and especially us here in Japan, hate Xbox. Just go away already. At Xbox barfing emoji. Hashtag Japan hates Xbox. Hashtag Hi-Fi Rush multiplat. When Xbox dies, we all win. I like how he tries to dunk on America despite the fact that, according to a lot of comments on my last video that I made on this guy, he was also born in America, and then he moved to Japan and pretends he knows everything about Japan. The reason Xbox may not receive as much support from Japanese developers and Japanese companies is because Xbox is an American company, whereas Nintendo and Sony are Japanese companies. So there's this account on Twitter called Game Pass Tracker, and he does exactly what his name says, tracks games that go to Game Pass. And he tweets out, if you could add any game to Xbox Game Pass in 2024, which game would it be? And 4 choices: Resident Evil 4 Remake, Cyberpunk, Baldur's Gate, or Elden Ring. How pathetic are these welfare pass beggars? Sobbing emoji, laughing emoji times 3. Xbox gamers are plague on this industry. Just go away already, you poor uneducated game begging trash. No one wants you here. Go buy your games for God's sake. Damn, this guy really got to stick up his ass over the idea of some people hoping for certain games to come to Game Pass. You realize those games aren't even in Game Pass, right? Like, you're just getting mad and malding over literally fucking nothing. But yeah, apparently if you play on Xbox, you're a plague to the industry, according to this big-brained individual. That's pretty much all I have to say for this video. It was a pretty fun video to make. Definitely had a good time making it. And yeah, peace.